Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn English with Sundaish. Today we are going to explore a fascinating topic about rainforests and how students understand them. Did you know that tropical rainforests are disappearing at an alarming speed? About the size of 1,000 football fields every 40 minutes. But here is the interesting question. Do young people actually understand what rainforests are, why they matter, and what is destroying them? In today's listening practice, you will hear a short academic-style explanation about students' knowledge and misconceptions about rainforests. Listen carefully, because after the audio, you will answer 10 questions. Ready? Let's begin. Adults and children frequently hear warnings about the rapid destruction of tropical rainforests. One striking comparison, often used in media reports, is that rainforests are disappearing at a rate equal to 1,000 football fields every 40 minutes, which is roughly the length of a typical school class. Because of this constant media exposure, many children already develop ideas about rainforests before learning about them formally in school. They may have opinions about what rainforests are, where they exist, why they are important, and what threatens them. However, some of these ideas may not always be accurate. Research has shown that children often develop misconceptions about scientific topics. These incorrect ideas can become part of a larger mental framework that shapes how they understand the world. Although some of these beliefs are wrong, they can still be modified through education and discussion. Many of these ideas are influenced by information from television, the internet, and other forms of media. Unfortunately, schools sometimes do not provide enough opportunities for students to express their existing ideas and evaluate them through discussion with teachers and classmates. To understand students' views about rainforests, researchers conducted a survey involving secondary school students. The students were asked to answer 5 open-ended questions about rainforests. When describing rainforests, many students simply referred to obvious characteristics suggested by the word itself. They described rainforests as wet, humid, or hot environments. When asked where rainforests are located, the most common answers included Africa, South America, and Brazil. Some students also mentioned that rainforests are usually found near the equator. Students were also asked why rainforests are important. Most students believed that rainforests are important because they provide habitats for animals. Fewer students mentioned that rainforests also support plant life, and only a small number referred to the indigenous communities who live there. Interestingly, the study found that girls were slightly more likely than boys to emphasize the importance of rainforests for animals and humans. When asked about the causes of rainforest destruction, more than half of the students recognized that human activities are responsible. Some specifically mentioned logging as a major cause. However, several misconceptions were also discovered. Some students believed that acid rain or pollution directly destroys rainforests. In reality, these problems are more commonly associated with forest damage in other parts of the world. Finally, when asked why rainforest conservation is important, most students simply said that humans need rainforests to survive. Surprisingly, only a small percentage mentioned the connection between deforestation and global warming. Overall, the study suggests that while students have some basic understanding of rainforests, many still lack awareness of the complex environmental, economic, and political factors that contribute to deforestation. Environmental education can help students develop the critical thinking skills needed to understand these complex issues and become responsible decision makers in the future. All right, everyone, that brings us to the end of today's listening practice. We've learned not only about rainforests and why they are important, but also about how students sometimes develop misconceptions about environmental issues. Remember, improving your English is not only about learning vocabulary or grammar. It is also about understanding real-world topics and thinking critically. Now it's your turn. Try to answer the 10 questions based on the listening you just heard, and write your answers in the comments below. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with friends who are also learning English. This is Learn English with Sundaish, where language meets knowledge. And remember, the more you listen, the more you understand. The more you understand, the more confident you become. See you in the next lesson.